All right guys, welcome back to another Warp 9 tutorial. Today we're gonna show you how to do a quick and easy install for a new chain on a Talaria XXX. For this chain install, you're gonna want a 17mm wrench, a 10mm wrench, your new chain, a chain breaker tool, a 6mm Allen wrench, and needle nose pliers. So today we'll just be showing you how to do the install. This bike actually doesn't have an old chain on it, so we're just putting on the new chain. So you can make your choice of chain, but we went with the EK motorcycle chain. Let's get this thing out of here. Nice. All right. So once you unbox your chain, you're going to want to remove the master link here at the end of the chain. To do this, you're going to want pliers. There we go. Make sure to not lose this master link because you'll need it when you put the chain on the bike. Once you remove the master link, you'll be able to take off this link of the chain. Once you're ready to install your chain on your bike, you're going to want to make sure to elevate your bike so the rear wheel can spin on its own. From here, you'll attach the chain to the front sprocket, which is located at the rear side of the motor. This part's a little bit tricky, but luckily the sprocket is open enough that you can attach the chain to the sprocket and start spinning the sprocket with your fingers so the chain can make it over. Once your chain is attached to the front sprocket, you can pull the chain and then bring it back to the rear sprocket. Once you attach the chain to the rear sprocket, you'll just continue to rotate this rear wheel backwards. Also remember, when you wrap the chain from the front to the rear sprocket, make sure to follow above this line where this plastic piece guides the chain back to the top of the rear sprocket. As you can see, our chain is about 5 or 6 links too long this way. So this is when your handy dandy chain breaker tool will come into play. So once you've pinpointed how many links you need to remove from your chain, you'll use the chain breaker tool to push out that rivet and then replace the master link in that rivet that you pushed out. So we've pinpointed our rivet. All right, once your chain breaker tool has made it in through the rivet, you're just gonna keep turning until that rivet pops out on the other end. And then once that rivet pops out, just undo your chain breaker. All right guys, now you can see that you have 2 open ends here on your chain. This is where you'll connect your master link with the 2 rivets back in and then putting your locking piece on the end to make sure it's secure. Now we're gonna connect the master link on this end and then connect it with this end of the chain. All right, and once you have the rivets through on this end, you're gonna connect this end piece there. And once you see those rivets sticking out, you're gonna put your lock here and then slide it into place. You wanna make sure that there's not too much slack in the chain, and that's where you'll adjust this swing arm. You're gonna grab this bolt from the front and then hold it secure in the rear with the Allen, and then start loosening. All right, to finish up the tension on your chain, you're gonna adjust these 2 10mm bolts that sit here. Once you've pulled your wheel far back enough that the chain is sitting as it should, you're gonna wanna loosen this 10mm until it comes back to where it needs to sit, and then you're gonna tighten this 10mm back up until the chain sits as it should. Once you have that tension set, you're gonna readjust the tightness of this bolt as you hold that Allen key on this back side as well. All right, and then we'll tighten her up. All right, and now once your chain is back on, we wanna make sure that you get back onto the road safely. So double check every bolt that you loosen to make sure everything's tight and ready to go. All right guys, once you're finished up, you can take your bike off of your motorcycle stand or your bucket. You're good to go. Guys, thank you for watching this Warp 9 tutorial. If you have any more questions, make sure to check out the other videos on the channel.